Transfers and contracts in football can be complicated business. Fortunately, most players don't navigate these things by themselves. A lot of players hire agents who help them with negotiations. So, what is it like to be a football agent, and how do they play a big part in the game? Hello and welcome to Football Now from the Al Bayt Stadium in Qatar. On this week's episode of the show, we're taking a look at the life of a football agent. While their clients make the headlines on the pitch, they're working hard behind the scenes to secure the best deals for players, not just in contract negotiations and transfers, but also with commercial opportunities as well. They're not without their controversy, but their role in the business side of the game is more prominent than ever.
I think, first of all, it's also important to clarify the role of a football agent. So you have the on-field agent and you have the off-field agent. The focus is always on the on-field, obviously, because that's the main job of footballers, to be a football player and to be the best he can. So the on-field part always takes the priority. However, the off-field has took such a big priority over the last, I would say, 15, 20 years. Most of the time, both of them work together in the same company, on the same agency. And I think it's important that they align on the strategy of the player. As you can imagine, there is no one typical day. It's always changing, but I would say there are certain pillars that we try to achieve every week or every day. One of them is to develop the new business. So always reaching out to brands, getting in touch with new brands that we are interested in. So that part is very important to keep growing our network. The second pillar is to maintain the existing network. We want to make sure we are not missing on any existing opportunities for our clients. The third pillar, I would say, is to deliver the assets that we have with some partnerships that we have in place. So for example, if a player has a deal with, let's say, a brand like EAFC, we need to make sure that the shoots are completed, or to organize the next shoot, or to post the various social media posts the players need to post. So delivering the assets.
We all know that the career of a footballer is very short. Of course, most players play because of the passion for the game, but there's no hiding from the fact that there is also a lot of money in elite football. And when your career doesn't last forever, it's natural to try and maximise your earning potential before retirement. Well, I caught up with German international and Al Ahly winger Julian Draxler right here in Doha. He gave us the player's perspective and told us just how important it is to have a trustworthy agent by your side when deciding your future.
I think it depends on the character, you know. There are players that don't need at all because they are capable of performing on the pitch, and at the same time they can, 1 day later, 2 days later, they can have contract talks with the best clubs in the world. So it depends on your own character. Me, I was someone who really wanted to focus on the game first, and especially when I was young, you know, everything is new. You are afraid that someone gonna play games with you, let's say like this, and you know, my agent is with me since I was 15, before I became someone, let's say, and I still have the same today, so I'm quite confident that I can trust him. I mean, he helped me a lot in my career, but agents in general, it depends on the character.
In the cutthroat world of football business, reputation is everything. Top players only want to work with agents who are well renowned for being tough negotiators and able to get those big contracts over the line. The question is, when you first start out in the industry, how do you build up that esteem for being both reliable and able to land the big deals?
Building network is not that easy, but you have to have a clear also target which network you are targeting, and then go present yourself and providing value. Nobody will call you, nobody will look for you when you start and you start building an agency. You have to look for people, you have to present yourself, you have to create this awareness for you, for your agency, and then step by step people will recommend you. Right now we have a huge network in all around the world. We always meet positive people, good people in this industry, providing solution to clubs and players. But as I said, everyone has his own reputation. We are building this reputation for many years, and we are like defending this reputation because of our transparency and our trustworthy with both side clubs and also players.
As well as the salaries they receive from their clubs, the modern day footballer also has other streams of revenue from commercial opportunities. If you're a player at the top of your game and with a big profile, the chances are that brands and companies will want to work with you. And so there are agents who specialise in just that aspect of a player's image, helping to grow their brand off the pitch, as well as knowing what they're worth on it.
What we do first is that we always align with the on-field agent on a strategy for the player with the player as well. Now, the way we build a strategy is by, first of all, knowing the players, knowing who they are, knowing their stories, knowing their values, what are they passionate about outside of the pitch. And then from there, my goal is to tell this story to the brands and try to align them with brands that make sense. Now, I think we'll start to see more and more players building their own brands, building their own drinks company or whatever, and they see their favorite, maybe NBA player building their own business. So it has increased a lot in terms of interest. We see a lot of players interested in fashion. I've worked recently on the campaign between Cole Palmer and Burberry. So I think this was an interesting one because Burberry is a British brand, so they focus on British heritage. And I think Cole Palmer really represents England in a very good way at the moment. He's playing fantastically well. So I was pretty happy to connect those two brands together.
Football is big business and the role of an agent is crucial. They act as the bridge between the players, clubs and those big contracts that could change the future of a footballer's career. Let us know if you think agents are good for the game using the hashtag #FootballNow4Agents. That's all we've got time for here from the Al Bayt Stadium in Qatar. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.